All right. Well, Goober the Traveling Bear wanted to see Dr. Best's House and Medical Museum. And hello, ma'am. What's your name?
Bobby Ryan.
Well, it's very nice to meet you. Goober the Traveling Bear wanted to see what you have at your museum.
Yes, well, we have a little bit of everything. The house was built in 1884. The families that live there, these are all of their medical equipment. The house is packed full of anything that you can imagine from the 1800s all the way to about 1920, including the furniture, the medical equipment, of course, clothing, quilts, hats, you name it, we pretty much have it. So,
wow, and where are you located?
right in Middleburg, New York, right off of Main Street on Cloverwye.
Right near the old stone fort then?
About 5 minutes away. A lot of history in this little pocket of the world.
Okay, what would you like to highlight here on your table? You have some wonderful looking medical helpful items.
We do. Dr. Best was not only a physician, he actually had his own apothecary, so he was mixing medications for other doctors in the area as well. If you zoom in here, these are some of the prescriptions that he would have filled.
So the handwriting stayed bad from...
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. But this is all actually part of that apothecary system, from the sassafras to the pestle and mortar. We have little capsules here. There's some in the front there, the corks, and that's his recipe for cough syrup down there.
All right. Well, this is wonderful. And you have a program going on this evening, correct?
We do, yes. We are having Victorian post-mortem photography, where that came to be, why it happened. Have some great folks presenting that. So.
That is wonderful, and I'm staying overnight at the Quality Inn, so I'm going to plan to come and visit. And last week, Goober the Traveling Bear learned all about casket making at the Edgar Allan Poe Museum.
Wow.
So this will tie in good tonight.
Fantastic.
Anything else you'd like to say before we close out?
You know, one thing that we actually just recently found, the house is packed with everything that was owned by the family, I swear. This bottle here, that was a fun discovery recently. We have thousands of bottles from Dr. Best. That is actually from Charles Pfizer, before it was Pfizer Company. So that was a neat find.
And I see you have the item that killed George Washington.
Wait, oh my gosh, nobody ever knows that, yes. That's very true. And if that didn't do it for you, our Trifine over here would do the job too.
Goober the Traveling Bear visits a lot of museums.
Good,
so
I'm glad. He's smart guy.
Hugh Mercer's apothecary, Goober the Traveling Bear, he was tested with this on his arm, and they also covered him in leeches, which is on video.
Oh my.
Live leeches. Thank you very much for the interview. Stay safe, be kind, and be courteous, everyone, and visit Dr. Best's House of Medicine, correct?
Dr. Best House. We are drbestmuseum.com if you would like to look us up.
Okay, and what are your hours? Because that way someone's going to leave me a message.
Sure, it's always by appointment in our off season. So if you give us a call, 518-827-7200. And again, look at the website or our Facebook page. We have a lot of events, especially this time of year, with our fundraising. So
thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Well, hello everyone. Bill Molyneux here for Bill's History World with Goober the Traveling Bear. And Goober is in upstate New York in the Catskills, and he is visiting Dr. C.S. Best's House Museum tonight. And it should be exciting. I don't know, Goober's had leeches put on him and all kinds of terrible things. So hopefully he won't have to need anything, including, I guess we did have Goober do an amputation once too. All right, let's visit the museum. Oh, we're in Middleburg, New York, by the way. Oh, this house is pretty cool. It is Queen Anne style. And look at the cool little porch it has. And then the carriage house out back. And now, beautiful wraparound porch. And it's a stunning, stunning porch. Grandpa and Grandma Molyneux had a porch like this, and they had a Queen Anne home. All right, let's take a look back a bit. Well, soon we'll enter for the house tour and talk. Very excited about this. It tops off the evening here in Schoharie. I forgot what town I'm in. We're in upstate New York in the Catskills by the old stone fort. And while I'm making this video, we have traveled several, 500-700 miles now. So hopefully you enjoy the rest of our video here. We'll find out if it's haunted.
Best, his first wife Laura, and their daughter Blanche. Laura passed away due to complications of diabetes, and Christopher remarried Ursula Leonard. She came from a line of doctors. Her dad was a doctor, her brother was a doctor, several uncles. We have a Civil War uniform in the house that belonged to her Uncle George, and an amputation kit from Civil War. They had 3 children, and one of the sons was a doctor. So both Dr. Christopher Best and Dr. Duncan Best practiced here in the house. So it was also a home, but also their office.
Is it haunted?
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
So their first son was James Leonard Best, and he passed away at the age of 6 from drinking unpasteurized milk, and James is still in the house.
Okay.
People have seen
How
James.
old would he?
So he died in 1901.
Okay.
When he was 6.
6. Okay.
Yeah. Wife of Dr. Duncan Best, and they had a house. See that foundation? That was their home.
Okay.
So they lived in the house over there, but he still practiced in the home.
Okay.
His sister never married, so she lived in the home her whole life. She was a graduate of Syracuse University, got her teaching degree. She was gone for a few years, but then came back. Not sure why. I like to say maybe she was homesick and just wanted to come home. And she stayed in the house until she passed in 1982.
Now we are about to enter the doctor's home. Holy cow, this is incredible. This is a rare treat to be in a Victorian era home like this, and it is haunted. While the newspapers are still out, just incredible. Wow, we have to hit the banister. Middleburg, New York. The Best family, the only ones that lived here. Look at that. You don't see that anymore. Hang your hat. And wow. This is an incredible room. All right, I'm going to get like 50 million questions of what this is.
Electrostatic machine, one of 3 in the country, the only one in its original location. I believe the doctor purchased it for about $250 back in the 1920s. It was thought to cure various ailments from dandruff to writer's cramp to cancer to blindness. Baldness? Yes, that's on the list. Acne. So this would be his office, and this would be the examining room.
Okay. This is incredible. And the electric shock machine. And here, wow. If this room can only talk. Amazing woodwork. we have to get on for our lecture, so we're zipping through this room, and I'm very grateful they allowed me to do a quick video here. I'll have to set up to come back again. Phenomenal, phenomenal place.
You're not being marshmallows, but I didn't.
So we are in the carriage house.
So is this, now this barn has obviously been upgraded, shored up.
Wow.
responsible for this.
Huh?
For this upgrade, yes.
So
We have a sled, the buggies. We're getting ready for our presentation.
So was this here?
Oh,
Yes, the original footprint of the barn is this.
what do we have here?
This is a Civil War medical officer uniform. The Medical Corps was designated with the green sash.
So,
This uniform belonged to Dr. George Leonard, who was the uncle of Christopher Best's wife, Ursula Leonard Best. Her father was a physician, and his two brothers were both physicians. His two brothers both served in the Civil War.
wow.
And we
And,
have
and you have the surgical kit.
this is the field kit, along with the sutures.
The amputation. I
Mm-hmm.
bet that stung.
Yes, we have knives, and
This room, it looks like maybe the music room.
actually, Dr. Christopher Best, whose house this was, had a daughter named Emma. Emma was born in 1901 and became a piano teacher. Emma was a graduate of Syracuse University, and she then taught for about 6 years in some schools in the area. But then after her 6 years of teaching in public school, decided she would prefer to come home and teach piano because music was her first love. And so we have her baby grand piano.
Are these photographs of her?
That is Emma. Those are pictures of Emma. Yes.
Wow.
And many people who are still alive today remember Emma giving her piano lessons. And this, Emma was born, as I said, in 1901, and she passed in 1984.
Okay. Wow.
And this is her Madonna collection. She apparently began, she had a Madonna that she especially enjoyed and appreciated, and then some of her students who wanted to bless her with a gift would give her a Madonna, so she ended up with a collection of Madonnas from different places and from different students.
And this, when they passed, the same family lived here the entire time, correct?
Only one family had lived in this home, the Best family, and it consisted of Christopher, born in 1852, died in 1934, and his wife Ursula, whom he married, and she died in 1948. They had 2 children, neither of whom had any children. Emma never married. Emma born in 1901, and Duncan, who became a physician as well, was born in 1903. And Duncan was the last person to be in this home, and he passed in 1991.
Wow. That is some story. Well, where are you going to take me to next?
Let's go to the middle parlor, and I shall show you that.
Okay. This is what, the middle parlor?
We call this the middle parlor. The middle parlor is where guests of the family would first come into their home, and they would entertain. This home is remarkable for all of the ornate fretwork that they have around the window, the valance and the curtains that you see were hand painted by a member of the household. We also have a table runner that isn't out, but it matches those curtains. We have burlap on the walls and on the ceiling, and there's parquet on the floor.
And what is that?
That's the type of wood that they used to put on the floor was known as parquet when it was decorated in such a pattern and different tones of wood. They were a very wealthy family because they practiced medicine here in this community and had other roles as well. We have an Edison phonograph, which is...
Was that state of the art back then?
Actually, Edison was the inventor of the phonograph, and this is an Edison.
Wow, let me get a little closer to this.
It plays. It actually plays. Would you like to hear it?
Sure.
Okay. Now this
This
is
is
not
a-
electric, which is sort of interesting.
Oh.
It's an Edison, but it's not electric. It's hand cranked.
Okay.
So
Wow. Well, that's pretty loud too.
it is. It's got a great speaker, doesn't it? We
Well-
also have wood in this house. This furniture and all of the belongings were actually used and owned by the Best family. Nothing was brought in. And this is tiger oak. We've got tiger oak table here, a tiger oak table in there, and a tiger break front. It's called the furniture in the dining room is all tiger oak.
What room are we in now?
This is the dining room. The Best family
The
entertained
door is
quite a
opening
bit.
all on its own. That is sort of creepy, isn't it?
This home is occupied by spirits not of this world.
Okay.
And they have investigated, we've had several investigations by different paranormal societies. And they have documented both vocal and visual events that have happened in this house. And,
Okay. Well, we'll close the door and go back to our
yes,
tour.
let's do that. We've had several things that happened that are unexplainable, that being one. This is the dining room, as I started to say, and this furniture in this room is all tiger oak. This is a piece here, credenza, that is also tiger oak, and it's called the Four Winds because you see the figures of the four winds here and here, there and there.
Okay. And this is where you would lay out your food?
Correct.
Is that correct?
Correct, and serve your food, yes.
Okay.
Now, Dr. Christopher Best, the owner of this home, had a sister named Mary. And Mary is in this depiction here. And these are articles of Mary's clothing. This is a collar piece with whalebone.
Okay.
And this is her wedding bonnet. She was married to Irvin Baker. And then when he passed, Mary came back here to live. We know she lived here at least from 1921 till when she passed in 1986. And she lived in this home.
The history in this home is phenomenal.
It is. And
now,
the
is that
fretwork-
like a stained glass window?
That is a stained glass window, and of course during the day you can see it quite well. It's not quite as easy to see when it's dark outside, but it's quite well reflected in its light.
Wow, that is amazing. And this home, I guess I have a question. When it was taken over to be turned into the museum, was there a lot of work to be done, or was it?
The home itself, no, it's in remarkable condition even to this day. We have had some things done. We've had mold remediation done. We've now got an air conditioning heating system. We also are needing a new roof. Not a new roof, but we need a roof repair.
Okay.
So we have tried to stay on top of all of the things that have needed to be done in the house.
Well,
And they certainly did too.
This room is amazing. My wife will be amazed to see this. Is there anything else in here you want to point out before you take me to your next room?
I would like to point out that we have an indoor bathroom. This is one of the first 5 families that had an indoor bathroom and not an outhouse.
So this is state of the art back then.
Yes. Now we have had to replace the toilet, but originally it had
The tank at the
a
top,
tank at the top,
and it's all wood.
and it's all wood in the bathroom. Yes.
Okay.
They had hot and cold running water.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Well, what's this interesting piece of furniture, ma'am?
This is a medical cabinet. Ursula, Dr. Christopher Best's wife, liked the cabinet he had in his office so well, she said, you know, that would be a very nice place for my teacups and such. Well, what was interesting is that after we were looking at some of the teacups, we actually found a piece that was quite risque. It is a picture of a naked geisha inside the teacup.
Oh my goodness.
It was just a souvenir, but these are not uncommon.
And they swing out and they have teacups in them.
Yes, this was her collection.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
What a treasure trove you have here.
Yes, we do. This was Ursula. This is a picture of Ursula right there.
Okay. So what is this about?
So this is a photo. It's a blown up of an image that we had found in a photo album taken about 1992. You can see what looks like a person,
Yeah.
right about where we are standing actually. But then if you look down here, you can actually see ankles,
Yeah.
like you see trousers,
Yeah.
and then an apron. And doctors in that day and age wore aprons, and we have them in the other room to look at.
That is darn
Yes,
spooky.
and it's actually the photographer standing about here,
Okay.
and it's a shot directly that way.
All right. Well, you know what we're gonna do?
If you recreate that, I'm gonna
So
leave.
here we are. Well, I already had a door open on us,
Hello.
and so that is this house is incredible. All right, I guess we're gonna tour another room. Bobby, can you tell me a little bit about this? You tell me what it
Apparatus?
is. Yes.
This is from about 1912. Dr. Christopher Best used this. It's an electrostatic machine. You can see the name on the equipment. It's one of very few in the country. Not only is that special and unique, but it also has all of its apparatus together. And we do have an instruction manual somewhere here too.
Wow.
So it's all of the pieces. And what this basically did, the wheels would spin on the inside, generate electricity. The jars would collect the electricity. And if you look right down here, it's a glass-legged table.
Okay.
So you didn't electrify the room.
Oh.
The person would actually sit up on a chair.
And they
on
would
that
get
table.
zapped.
I mean, not enough to hurt you, but enough to make you feel alive. And you can receive treatment. This would be the crown just above your head.
Okay.
And some other equipment you can kind of see where that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Where are you taking me to next?
We can actually, let me grab my phone, because it's a dark room and I
Okay.
don't like to do that in the dark.
Wow, look at the medicine bottles they have here.
And this
Now-
is a very small sampling of the collection that we have. Some of the dry medications were kept upstairs because Dr. Best was an operating apothecary, so he mixed medications for many other area doctors.
Wow, this is amazing. You now have more medicine bottles than the Don Knotts Museum that I did
Nice.
last year.
We have hundreds out in the carriage house. They're
Wow.
all over, yeah. They just didn't get rid of anything, and they reused the bottles, so it made sense that they would keep them. It cuts down on costs, and it saves.
So
saves
this
zero.
room is sort of the pharmacy room?
It is a
Pharmacy
apothecary.
and and the examination room.
All right.
Some things don't change.
Yes.
Those are starts.
Okay,
This is the original
The-
examination table. More bottles. We
more
have
bottles.
Saddlebags, and this would be used on one of the carriages.
Wow. So that would be the travel medicine bag?
Correct. Yep.
Yes, and dentistry. He practiced dentistry.
This
He
is the
did, oh, I gotta zap that for my dentist. He follows my channel, believe it or not.
Actually, most of his dentistry practice consisted of pulling teeth.
So he didn't do a lot of fillings. He was,
No, he
Okay.
didn't probably do any.
all right, where are we going to next?
We can head to the surgery room, otherwise known as the
I
kitchen.
do want to point out the cabinet that
sure.
I showed you. That was the medicine.
Oh
medical
yes,
cabinet
yes. The
that
tea.
Ursula liked so well.
So this would been this is the cabinet she wanted. Okay.
That's the actual function.
Okay, that's the actual function.
Yes.
So you have your, It looks like he should still be here practicing medicine.
Yes,
It's like everything
yes.
is mothballed.
It's as if he just walked out the door. Yes.
It's incredible.
Yep.
And you have a painting of Gettysburg, I believe.
Yes, and the key is on the left, and it designates all of the people in the photo in the position on the battlefield.
Well, historian Scott Mingus would love to see this. He follows my channel a little bit. So you actually have the key on the side to tell you what's going on.
Yep.
All right, well, I'm following you ladies to the next room. What room am I in now?
This is the kitchen / operating room. Now, I know that may sound a little strange to some people, but this is a small country doctor, and he wouldn't perform surgery like, expected surgery, planned surgery. It would have to be probably due to a farming accident, for instance. And this is a table that was here in the kitchen. We did not move it. It has a zinc tabletop, so that means it's antimicrobial, and they actually would perform the minor surgery, and then his wife, after the surgery is completed, might be baking a pie, because as we see, here's all of her spices.
Underneath the operating table.
And this is in yes, right on the table, and then here's the pie making equipment.
Oh my goodness.
And then we have the washing machines. This was the first washing machine that the Best family owned. It did have hot and cold running water. And here is the agitator. And then they would go from the washing water to bringing the clothes out to this side would have the clean water to rinse the clothes out.
To rinse them out. Okay.
And then the next washing machine we have is called the Easy Vacuum Electric Washer.
Wow, and you still have the instruction manual.
We have the instruction manual, and we actually have a receipt of where it was purchased, and we have written on the back of that a repair that was done in 1940.
Wow.
They saved everything. So much to our advantage. Everything that you see was owned and used by the Best family. Nothing was brought in or supplemented.
Well, where are we going to next?
Well, let's look at the stove. I'd like to show you the wood-burning stove, which heated the hot water heater.
And having hot water in a house in this time period was rare.
Very unusual, very, very unusual. And we have a dumbwaiter that would go down to the basement.
Wow. Thank you for this wonderful tour. And when can someone come and visit your wonderful museum / haunted house?
Well, we are not open regularly, but we are open by appointment. And you can reach us at the Dr. Best House and Medical Museum on Facebook. And our phone number would be 518-827-7200. And we'd be happy to give anybody a tour whenever you'd like.
All right. Well, thank you very much. You both have been wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.